It's mind blowing that I started a personal brand on Medium for free, and now that page sits at 44K followers. I used to run a blog where I posted stuff about online business, and I ran that blog for 2 years. I had to pay $7 every single month to keep that blog running, and after 2 years, it was getting around 2.2K views per month. Now, this made me so unhappy, and I was contemplating between quitting the blog and keeping it running. Long story short, I actually closed that blog and I went over to Medium. I don't know how it happened, but I hopped on Medium, and fast forward to over my first month on the platform, I grew my first 1K followers. And it didn't just end there. 3 months after, I 10x'd that number by reaching 10K followers in 3 months. Yes, Medium is a platform that you should be writing on, because I don't have any special skills, any special knowledge, or I'm not even a writing expert. I just hopped on the platform and I wrote like I was talking to a friend, and now I've grown a following on this platform. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the things that I did not do to grow on Medium. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but everyone shows you a step-by-step breakdown of what you should do to get started on Medium. But I wanted to show you what you shouldn't do, because I actually have a playbook of what you should do to grow your following on Medium. I'm going to leave the link in the description. But for today, we're going to be focusing on what you shouldn't do, and let's get started. But before that, my name is Paul Rose, and on this channel, we share online business tips, AI tools, and so much more. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe down below, and let's keep going. Now, the first thing I did not do to grow on Medium was to submit to publications. One of the huge misconceptions that people have about growing on Medium is that they need to submit to publications to actually go viral. And I used to think like this as well, but I decided to start posting because I didn't want to rely on a publication to determine my schedule. And so I decided to post without having to apply and get approved by these publications. And like I said, in over my first month on the platform, I grew my first 1K followers without publications. And even till now, I do not apply to publications. I'm not saying they do not work, because they actually do, but I'm just saying that if that's your reason for not posting on Medium, then you don't have a reason. Second thing I did not do to grow on Medium was I didn't become a top writer. I know it's quite obvious, but people think they have to reach a certain level of writing before they can upload on platforms like Medium, and they feel like if they're not good enough, people won't read their articles. But that's not true. People just like good stories. So if you're able to articulate your thoughts in a way that you would sound to a friend, you're good to go. So stop thinking you need to be an expert writer to start writing on medium.com, because that's not true. I was able to grow my personal brand with basic writing principles that I've outlined in my Medium income playbook. So the summary of it is that to write on Medium, you just need to learn how to write like you're writing to a friend. Now, the third thing I did not do to grow on Medium was to really stress over my first article. I remember my first article, it didn't take so much effort, and I posted it. Sure, it didn't get so much views, but as time went on, it started to pick traction. One thing I've learned about Medium is that they love quantity and quality. So if you're trying to make the perfect article and you're not putting as much articles onto the platform, you're not going to get a good balance of what the algorithm actually looks out for in promoting articles on their platform. So you need to make sure that you are having a minimum viable article. It's called my MVA. You're having a means to come up with articles as fast as possible while maintaining the same amount of quality. Now, you might be asking, how much have I made from my personal brand on Medium? Well, you'll be surprised to know that it is actually a huge number, like thousands of dollars, because the principle remains the same. Once you have a personal brand, you can actually turn that personal brand and monetize it in almost the same ways that you would on YouTube and Instagram. So I'm talking digital products, affiliate marketing, and consulting. Basically, growing a personal brand on Medium doesn't require you to show your face. But one thing I love about Medium is that the platform is actually built well for monetization. Here's what I'm talking about. Medium actually has their own paywall, and so people pay to access content. And what this does is that it conditions their mind to be comfortable with paying for information, which means that when you promote an ebook, when you promote your digital product, they don't feel as uncomfortable with buying them. And also, your content also has a long shelf life, meaning that you create this content once and it continues to get a good amount of traffic over time because it also ranks on Google. Yes, Google loves medium.com. So if you post on medium.com, you get the chance to also rank on Google as well. And yes, Google gets a lot of traffic. We all know that. So yes, that's another reason why you should be writing on Medium. If you're inspired by my journey on Medium, make sure to go over to medium.com and create your own account and start posting. And if you want to learn how I was able to grow my first 1K followers in over my first month on the platform, make sure to check out the Medium Income Playbook down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys in our next video.